Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here, Billy leading out with a Endless one. Eldrazi Temple powering the 2 mana. And now an Eldrazi Mimic, and oh, this is not a good start. Opting for an Eldrazi Mimic and an Endless one. That Ancient Tomb, I'm actually surprised there. I would have expected a X equals 4 Endless one. Matt, however, tapping 3 elves for 3 green. Birchlore Ranger and Nettle Sentinel can let you play out literally any number of 1 casting cost elves from your hand. Goes quite well with Glimpse of Nature. Heritage Druid actually nets you mana when that happens. Oh, here we go. Natural Order. And it's going to be +5/+5 for nearly lethal. So 6 and 10. And it looks like Billy actually scooping it up to that. He was not quite dead. You definitely take a hit, unless the life totals were incorrect there. It may have been a little premature to just scoop there. But it was not a good situation by any stretch, though those 1/1s may have been enough to get around the rest of the defenses. Billy definitely wants Chalice of the Void, though that is no longer a guaranteed lock against elves. They can just have Allosaurus Shepherd and just play right through a Chalice at 1. Prior to that, became a game of them finding their Reclamation Sage, being able to blow up artifacts or enchantments. Is that the right card? I keep doing that. This is like the second elf video where I think I may have mixed up Elvish Reclaimer and Reclamation Sage. No, I think Reclamation Sage is the right one. Ancient Tomb into Chalice. All right. Does Matt have the Allosaurus Shepherd? Passing the turn. Looking good for Billy. And Torpor Orb. Interesting card. That's going to stop Craterhoof Behemoth, along with the ETBs that would typically handle these artifacts. Matt fetches again. And we got a Green Sun Zenith for the Allosaurus Shepherd. So Chalice effectively handled here. Oh, wow. Reality Smasher now showing up and smashing face as it does. Hasty 5/5. Just an incredibly potent magic card. Quirion Ranger draws a card, and no land played this turn yet, so this is going to definitely be a dangerous situation for Billy. Top of the deck really going to be the determining factor here. Nettle Sentinel, and there's a Cradle. Going to get 4 green. Now he's going to be drawing 2 cards for each creature. Wirewood Symbiote's going to draw 2, leaving 2 green. And he can pick up an elf and recast it. Oh, Elvish Visionary completely running out of mana. I don't like that line. I think maybe he was thinking he was going to get an extra card due to the ETB, but Torpor Orb does stop that. Returning Quirion Ranger, who now draws another 2 cards. Yeah, it may have been incorrect to utilize that mana. I can't see everything in Matt's hand there. There's a Heritage Druid. That is what we've been looking for. Heritage Druid's going to allow for 3 green. And you really want 1 casting cost creatures here. Oh, perfect. Nettle Sentinel. Matt may be able to draw through like his whole deck here. Every single time he casts a 1 casting cost creature, he's going to be able to untap his Nettle Sentinels. Oh, he's actually just going to natural order now. And he has a Progenitus. Natural order for Progenitus. So this will be over in a couple of turns. Billy not likely to be able to handle the 10/10 protection from everything. Nettle Sentinel turns sideways to attack, and Matt going to discard. Bunch of lands and the 2-drop elf. Not of great utility here, given Torpor Orb. All is dust, and he can in fact handle it. What a blowout. Wow. That is graphic. Billy just watching all of that unfold and then casually casting All is Dust off of just 2 lands. It's an Eldrazi spell, so it costs 2 less to play. That does not look like a spell that should be castable. Quirion Ranger. Yeah, now, did Matt even pick up all of his elves in response to that All is Dust? I'm going to pause and look back at that. I think that might have just, like, stunned him. Felt like he was kind of unassailable from that position. But in response to that All is Dust, got to pick up those elves. The Allosaurus Shepherd being able to replay that could have given him a chance to get back into the game. Maybe not from that situation, but that will be a thing on occasion. Game 3, Matt leading out with a Nettle Sentinel. Indeed, he was actually a little discombobulated by that. Did not pick up anything with the Wirewood Symbiotes. That's a difficult thing to do. Ratchet Bomb comes out and ratchets up. That really is a thing to keep in mind. If you feel like strong emotions in a game of Magic, sometimes it's correct to just take a breath and really assess the situation. I myself actually ran into that issue very recently. Not knowing what a card did, had to ask what the card did, and kind of wasn't in the correct mindset to fully interact with it in the optimal way. Can definitely happen, and it's something to be aware of. Gaia's Cradle and Zenith for 2. Ooh, Collector Roof. Spice. That Ratchet Bomb not going to do its job now. Nice tempo play. Also going to hinder some of the future possibilities. And again, Billy opting for a small Endless one. Unable to block. Actually, going to block with the Endless one. Very interesting. Wirewood Symbiote picking up Elvish Visionary and allowing for some extra card draw. Nettle Sentinel. And now fetching, and we'll likely see Heritage Druid join the fray. Let's not totally obvious that that's preferable to just fetching a Dryad Arbor. You can always cast the Nettle Sentinel, or the Heritage Druid the next turn. Unless it gets Thought-Knot Seared. Alright. Fair enough. End of turn, Elvish Visionary getting returned to hand. And now Visionary comes in and now can be picked up again and replayed. And this is where Elves kind of feels like a vintage deck with its mana production and card drawing engine. Every single turn that you give Elves, they can potentially make something happen, utilizing all of these different activated and triggered abilities. Elvish Visionary continues to add cards to Matt's hand, giving him more options, also fueling that Gaia's Cradle, which now taps for a ton. And Natural Order. Is going to punch this one out. As Matt takes it down in a really entertaining match. I mean, that was a lot of counterplay. All Is Dust is a heck of a Magic card, and that is a matchup that I could watch quite a bit. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.